Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Leona here. Spencer might not be in this video. Right now she's napping in the living room while her dad is playing the PS4 in the living room. Tyler is her dad. Today we're going to do a little story time of when I lost my virginity. A little background story on that was not Tyler. His name was Frank. Me and him were on and off for 2 years. At the moment we were off. We were not dating. He lived in the area of my grandmother. She lived in Elizabeth and I lived in McKeesport at the time with my mom. Every summer I stayed at my grandmother's, so I was over at my grandmother's at that time. So we'll get into what happened. I don't remember the exact day, but I remember what happened during that day. Some of it I try to block out, but you'll know because I will tell you. So we'll start as when I woke up. The night when I woke up, I had my friend Frankie stay the night with me at my grandmother's. So we woke up together. We went out to go hang out. We hung out at the park. We met up with her brother Isaac and Frank. Then we went up to the pool to see our other friends. Well, then we went down to our hangout, which was was a tent in the woods. Tent in the woods was a square and had like two half circles like on the two sides. We were in there playing truth or dare. I was there to eat Frankie out, finger Frankie, and do something with a tennis ball, which that part I blocked out. Well, I passed. Not that I had a problem with Frankie. It was just that I did not like girls and I didn't want to do sexual stuff to girls. Not that I have a problem with lesbian or gay people. I have family that are lesbians, gays. I don't have a problem. It's just me particularly. I just not into girls. I didn't want to do anything with a girl. So it got transferred from me doing stuff to Frankie to me doing stuff to Frank. I was there to suck his dick, which I accepted because I was currently still have feelings for him at that time, and so I was like, yeah, I'm willing to do that because like I have feelings for him and he's my ex and I'd rather do something with him than her because I'm straight. So we went into the one little half circle. We zipped up the little, I'm gonna call it a sheet, like the little sheet, and I begged him not to make me suck his dick. I have issues with that. I'll make a whole nother story for why I have issues with that. And he said fine, but we gotta do something because they're right out there, they can hear us. And so we end up having sex, and that's how that got turned into me losing my virginity. And I remember we were doing it for a little bit and I got a pain and I said ow. He pulled out and I was bleeding and I like hurry up, put my pants up and ran out because I cried, because my mom always told me that if you bleed you're pregnant. That's how like she scared us, me and my siblings, not to have sex. Well, me and my sister, because I have two brothers, but that's how she scared me and my sister not to have sex. But I like ran. I didn't go all the way out because I was crying and I couldn't go back to my grandmother crying and her asked me why and me not be able to tell her. And so I like stopped, like she had to go down a hill to get there, so she had to go up the hill to get out. So I stopped like halfway up the hill, sat down, cried, collected myself. I walked back down. I yelled for Isaac so I could talk to him. And I talked to him, he calmed me down. Well, at the time, Frank and Frankie started coming, like leaving the woods to go to the pool. And Frankie wanted to know if I wanted to go because like, she was at my grams. I said, yeah, sure, let's go to the pool. So we went to the pool, and they were like hovering around me, making sure I was okay because I was like, I was in pain. And we were swimming. A lot of people were like, oh, why aren't you moving? Because I love the pool. I love being in water. So I was always swimming and moving around, playing games. I was like, I just don't feel good. I told him I was on my period and I had cramps. But like, obviously Frankie, and Isaac knew what was going on. And then later we swam until 7 o'clock, which was the time the pool closed. We went home. Frankie went to her house. Went back home. She had to go home. Her mom needed her. I was playing on the computer at my grams, and like my family, like they pick on each other. We all pick on each other. Well, that day I was sensitive. I just lost my virginity. I was trying to puzzle what was going on. No one knew except for them three. I was also talking to them three on Facebook about it, and I was also texting Frank about it. I was mostly texting Frank about it and talking to Frankie and Isaac about it on Facebook, and like they were joking with me, and I start crying. They were like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you being a baby?" I was like, "I just want to go home. I just want to go to my mom's." And I called my mom. I said, "Mom, come pick me up." She goes, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I just want to go. I just want to come home. I don't want to be here." And she came to pick me up. I got in a car. She asked me what was wrong. I was like, I told her I was on my period. And I'm just sensitive, and I needed a break from them. And I stayed there for a couple days. In that time being of me staying there, I told my little sister, her name is DJ. She was 11 at the time. Yeah, she was 10, turning 11 in October. But I told her, I asked her not to tell anyone. I ended up texting my stepsister Leanna and told her, because I needed someone to talk to. And before I left, let me go back a little bit. Before I left and like went in the house, me and Frank got back together. So we started dating, and we were texting on the way there, and he was like, "Don't tell no one." I told him who I told because I needed to talk to someone about it. He was fine with that. He just didn't want me telling my family, and my family like hating him because my grandmother already hated him for God knows what. My grandma just hates everyone. And I, like I said, told my sister, and for some reason I went to my dad's to talk to my stepsister about it, like face to face, and then that's how they knew. How my parents knew were way later on. My mom found out on Christmas Eve. We were talking about like me having sex and losing my virginity and stuff, and I started crying, and she goes, "What's wrong?" And she was like, "You did it. You had sex. You had sex with Frank." And I said, "Yes. Yes, I did." And I hate myself that I told her on Christmas Eve. We were sitting there wrapping presents. I feel like that was the worst time for me to tell her. I probably ruined Christmas Eve for her. I feel so bad. That's how my mom found out. I cried. I went downstairs and I told my stepdad, and I was, like I said, I was bawling my eyes out. My dad did not find out until I was like 16 years old. I told him. My aunt found out, I want to say, before my mom. I think that's no, it was after my mom. It was after my mom found out. It was like a month after my mom found out. I wrote it in my diary that I did it. Cliche, wrote it in my diary. And my aunt read my diary. My aunt said I was being shady and she needed to know what was going on, so she read my diary. And that's how my aunt found out. My aunt found out, told my grandmother and my uncle, and that's how they found out. My grandmother, my aunt, and my uncle, they didn't talk to me for a while. I wasn't allowed to my grandmother, so I wasn't allowed to see Frank. When I eventually was allowed back, my grandmother pretty much like put me on like parole, I want to call it. Like I wasn't allowed out alone, and when I was out, I had to be with my cousin Corey, who is my favorite cousin in the world. He'll probably be on my channel too later on. And when we were out, he had to come back and report everything we did. Obviously, if we did something we weren't supposed to, he didn't tell them because we were just two conniving kids and just hid secrets, I guess. But he didn't. I told him. I told Corey, like, way before, like, they all found out. He knew and he hid my secret. Sorry, I'm, like, playing with something on the floor. That's how they all found out. What happened, how, like, I told you I thought I was pregnant, I actually was. A couple months later, which was September, and I was over my dad's because it was my dad's birthday, so I was like spending the weekend, like my dad's birthday weekend at my dad's, and I woke up in a blood puddle, and like I woke my sister up because we shared a room. I was like freaking out, and she goes, "Lee, you're fine, you started your period. You said that it was late, maybe this like from you being late, this is a build-up." And I was like, "I don't think that's what it is." Well, I went to the bathroom, she went and like pulled me clean clothes, and I got in the shower, and when I went to go clean myself up, I wiped, and there was like a little, I'm gonna call it a booger, little white booger, and I like start crying. My sister came in as I was crying. She's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I think," like, I had toilet paper, and I was like, "I think this is it." And she was, "Oh my god." And she, while I was in the shower, she actually Googled it up, and she showed me a picture, and she was like, "I think this is what it was. If you were pregnant, this is like the result of like you miscarrying at this time." And I said, "Okay." And I kind of count that pregnancy, kind of don't. I guess I pretty much gotta make up my mind if I count it or not. I want to say I count it, but I also want to say I don't, because like not a lot of people know about it. I don't think anyone knows about it actually, except for like my sister and a few people. And I told Frank. I know that like it was only like 2 months or a month, but I still told him that he had a right to know. It was funny when I told him that I was pregnant. He said that if I didn't lose it, we would have ran away together. Which at that time I was like, "Oh, my prince." But now that I have a kid and I'm 20, I'm just like, "Oh, whew, I would not have been able to run away with you at 14, because babies are expensive." And but like I said, at the time I was like, "Oh, my prince, he's gonna run away. He's gonna make sure we're not separated." Naive, like 14-year-old. So what can you do? But I guess the reason I don't count is because not a lot of people know. So I don't want to be like, "Yeah, this is my blank pregnancy, blah." And but I kind of do count. I kind of like when I talk to Frank, because I feel bad. Like, part of me feels bad that I was able to have a baby with Tyler. Not that I hate Spencer. I love Spencer dearly. She has my whole heart. But like I feel bad that like I was pregnant, but I lost it with Frank, and part of me just feels bad. Plus I love kids, so I think that's another reason why part of me feels bad. But that, I want to say that is it. That's how everyone, I don't know why I'm like so confused. How my dad knew, my grandma, my aunt, my uncle, my mom, my sister, my stepdad. Obviously my stepmom found out because my dad's a big mouth. My brothers, I don't think they knew until years later when I talked about me like losing my virginity, but like they also don't care because they're my brother. But like I said, me and Frank were still good friends. We talk. We hang out occasionally. Now that I have Spencer, it might be a little harder. But yeah, we still talk. We hang out. Maybe he'll be on my channel for something. But yeah, that is it. I'm sorry for like I feel like this is a short video. So since this is a short video, you can enjoy this clip of Spencer, pretty much all her first, like her first laugh, first sit up, first crawl. You'll figure it out. It'll all be in here. Bye. Look at who just woke up, guys. I know I said she wasn't going to be in the video, but literally as soon as I hit stop on the other video, Tyler came through the door with her, and I would do a little clip of her. Could you go, Smiley? Say hi. Say hi to the subscribers. Hi to subscribers. Now she's going to try to eat him. So we're going to end this because she's trying to eat my phone. And also because I got to do editing and, well, not really editing. I think the videos are fine, but gotta get these uploaded and YouTube takes forever. But so hi babe. I don't know if you can see Tyler, but he's in the doorway. he slid out. He might not be on my channel because he does not want to be filmed, but I'm gonna try to make at least do one video so you can meet him. I just gotta pick which video I like really want him to be in. Maybe I'll do like a collab of 1 or 2. But yep, Spencer woke up. See.